Hi, Sailor Moon here, Serena, Sailor Venus, Sailor V, Sailor Hellas Rolled Mina here, and today we're gonna talk about, you know, the Irwin doll stands. I know we talked about them before, but we haven't really talked about how shitty these doll stands are, how badly made they were. If you gotten a Sailor Moon doll anywhere between 95 while the 2001 YL, no need if it happened to be Irwin. The one thing you knew that they weren't good at were making doll stands. The first downside of any Irwin doll stand for a Sailor Moon doll is if it wears boots or if it wears shoes, then it won't fit. Either the shoes are too big, or if they're wearing high heel shoes, which happens to be the other half of the other kind of shoes. So you knew they're not going to work. And if you do somehow get them to work, they will not stand up straight. They will kind of bend over to the side, or sometimes just fall right off the doll stand as if the doll stand was never meant to hold them up. Now, at first, you could make a rile and say, "Oh, well, they're not good on some things." Like, let's say you have a board. It might not be good on. See, folks will make that forgiveness for, "Oh, it was never meant to be on there," or, whatever forgiveness someone comes up with, as if, there's something wrong with the board or something you're putting them on. You're steadying them on. So, anyway, that would not be a forgiveness for it. Because if that was true, then you couldn't wear them at all. Another bind that the Irwin doll stands bring is even if you got dolls that wear boots like I do, and very few cells from the show wear boots, so you'll have to fight to get the doll into the stand. You will. Not making it up. You will have to fight to get it in there. Because even if it's wearing boots, the one boot will want to come out, and sadly, you'll be doing it over again. And you're always worried that one day you go to stretch the other leg to put it in the stand and the thing will pop out. Well, unless the thing itself breaks, you don't got any worry. If it breaks, then you gotta have tape and other shit to keep the legs together. Now, why were the Irwin doll stands made so badly that dolls wearing shoes can't fit in them good, and dolls wearing high heel shoes have a hard time standing up or just fall right over even when they're in them? Oh, no one knows the answer to it, but everyone has their guess or belief on it. They'll say, "Oh, like almost everything was made in that every business now has to have an arm in another land that makes the shit for them because they don't know how to make it." Well, you can guilt it on whoever you want to guilt it on. Irwin Toy back in the day, or the business or the arm of the business wherever that put all that shit together. They didn't know how to make doll stands that could hold dolls wearing high heel shoes or fit on dolls that were wearing shoes. And someone out there, maybe will say that, "Oh, well, maybe maybe it was a wrong stand." The wrong stand. That's funny, because no need where you get these dolls. If the stand comes with them, then it's the right stand. You got anything to say about this? Oh yeah, I do, Sailor Moon. I mean, at the end of the day, A lot of folks will have forgivenesses and say, oh, could be the wrong stand. Well, no, the stand that came with me was the right stand that came with me. The right stand that came with Sailor Moon was the right stand that came with her. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't like, oops, you got the wrong stand. You know, it was meant for my shoes, but it could never fit my shoes. Which I don't understand that. Did anyone who made the dolls back in the day even see if the doll stands would fit on dolls wearing shoes or high heel shoes? No, I would believe they didn't. They just made them, and then they boxed them, and that was the end of it. And then they either had them shipped out, flown out, sailed out, however they got by, you know. So, yeah. And they're going to say, oh, well, you know, they didn't, well, you know, those folks didn't take any, shit. You know, those folks didn't take any, and don't take any pride in what they do, or don't take their time. Well, you could say that for folks working in any kind of land. So, well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about why they did not make the doll stand so bad. You know, that if a doll wears shoes, oh, it can't fit. And you have to wrestle it or fight it to get in there. And if a doll's wearing high heel shoes, which half of us do, then it'll either not hold it at all, have us bending over, or have us fall right over. And I don't understand it at all. So, as you can see, that's kind of sad when the doll stands that come with them don't work and you have to go with other kind of stands, you know, for them to work. Yeah. You know. So at the end of the day, it is shit. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. Why are they getting dark now? Well, you're right about that, Sailor Venus, Sailor V, Sailor Hellas World. At the end of the day, we'll never know why that the Irwin doll stands made for dolls wearing shoes or high heel shoes don't fit or can't hold the dolls up. We'll never know the true answer behind why they were made that way. You know? And you watch films, you see folks somehow they fought, you know, to get the dolls wearing shoes in there, and somehow they got the dolls wearing high heel shoes to fit, you know, all that fun shit. You know? So why were they badly made? And I don't think anyone is going to have the answer to it, unless someone on Euro formerly worked at Irwin Toy and happens to see this film and will give me the answer. But I see it highly unlikely that a former hireling of Irwin Toy is going to be on Euro and is going to happen to see this film. So you guys go with mine. Alright, give it a like, share, and playlist it, and we'll see you later.